Fellow South Africans, I utterly reject this idea that the failure of ANC is the failure of all black people. That the fact that the ANC is corrupt and that they failed to fulfill the promises that they gave us, and they failed to steer this country into a good direction and into a prosperous direction, that it is black people's failure, that it means that black people cannot lead and that black people cannot be trusted with power. I reject that whole idea wholeheartedly. I reject it because it comes from the pit of hell, and it is ideas such as this that bring division into our country. I've seen this coming from mostly black people who think that the failures of ANC are a reflection of the black people being unable to hold power and to steer us into a positive, prosperous direction. That is not the case. That is what the enemy wants us to believe. You know, the enemy has a plan with everything that he does. And that is how he is able to have the stronghold over South Africa, because he keeps us running into two extremes. In these extremes, we think, oh, black people are bad. And so we run to white people. And then when white people fail, we will eventually also again run to black people and say, white people have failed us. So we will forever be divided, because now you will be angry with the white government that you decided, or the white party that you decided to put into government, because you voted them based on their race and not on principle, and not based on the policies, and not based on their proven record. This is frankly lazy reasoning. Just because ANC, which is predominantly a black party, has failed doesn't mean black people have failed. So if you decide you are going to vote for a white party, do not vote for a majority white party simply because they are a white party and you have lost all hope on black people. That is setting you for disappointment, because you will not even be able to measure if that white party or that white majority party has fulfilled on the promises that they make, because you don't know the promises that they make. You should put in the effort to scrutinize, to learn exactly what is this, this party promising us, not their race, not their color, not their, the fact that they are Afrikaner or that they are English or they are white or they are colors or whatever. Base it on the values and the principle and the direction that this party says they want to steer South Africa in, so that you will be able to measure if they fulfilled the promises that they made. Let us stop being lazy and want to judge everything based on color. Black people are capable of holding power. We are capable of leading. We are capable of steering this country into the right direction. We are all made in the image of God. And because we are all made in the image of God, black, white, Indian, colored, we have the potential to do good and great things for this country. The difference between black people and other cultures in South Africa is that, unfortunately, we have been failed by the systems, the moral systems that we have in place. And I know this may trigger a lot of people, but our beliefs, our faiths from before don't really have consequences, for people who do wrong. This person will just have to do a ritual and they'll be able to get out of that. That is the problem. That is the culture. The environment that we are in, unfortunately, failed us when it comes to being held accountable and understanding that there are consequences to our action. This whole culture of corruption that we are seeing today is not a culture of corruption that is only found in black people. Unfortunately, the whole of South Africa, That is a South African problem, this culture of corruption, because we have not seen people in government, people in high places being held accountable. So we know that there's no accountability in South Africa. So we have this attitude that if I don't steal it, someone else will steal it. And so we all think that we can steal and get away with it, or we want to chance it. And I'm just saying in terms of culture, I know we are not all corrupt, but I'm just saying in terms of culture, or the thought that is prevailing in South Africa today is that if because there's a lack of accountability in higher places, because there's corruption in the police, I can chance it. Let me chance it. If I don't take it, someone else will take it. But the minute we start seeing these politicians being held accountable, I believe this culture of corruption will go away. But as I said, it is not a black-only crisis. It is a South African crisis. Trust me, I have seen it. I have been exposed to white people and to other races. And I can tell you that it is not a black people thing. But the root of all this is the corruption that is in ANC. The root of all this is the failures of ANC to hold corrupt politicians accountable. And I know, and I am confident that once the corrupt politicians, people who are in high places, are held accountable, this culture will be done away with in South Africa. And we will start to see a better culture emerge, and a culture of accountability, a culture of patriotism, and a culture of people wanting to do the best that they can do and be the best that they can do. So as I said, this whole notion that black people cannot be trusted with power, or that black people cannot lead, guys, I reject it. I believe that we should judge each other based on our principles, based on our integrity, and based on the vision that we have for this country. Judge people based on that and not on their color. And we as Black South Africans, there is a lot that we need to do in terms of our culture, where we are raising our children and the people, the environment that we spend time with. We should really sit down and start to hold each other accountable in our friend groups, in our families. Let us just not complain and not bring solutions. We should make the bringing up of solutions and the finding out of solution part of our culture, so that instead of just complaining, we are bringing solutions to the table, so that we can, in our households, in our friendships, be able to grow each other so that we can all be leaders. We have the potential, we have the God-given potential to do great and amazing works in this world. But we must start really with the environment that we come from, holding each other accountable and being accountable and not being afraid of being shunned. I know there's a culture of shunning people when people are being, trying to be responsible, when people are trying to hold you accountable. There's just this culture of bullying people out of that. Because, when the majority of people agree on bad stuff, the one who's trying to hold us accountable is a minority, then it is easy to bully them into silence. So guys, if you are going to vote, please do not vote based on color. You are setting yourself up for disappointment. If it is Groenewald that you believe should lead South Africa in the next election, do so knowing exactly what does he offer, so that when he is in power, you are able to measure whether he has failed or if he has succeeded on the promises that he made. Not only him, but any other party that is out there that you might consider. I am not here to tell you guys, I'm not here lobbying for any political party whatsoever. I am here crying out for the future of South Africa and hoping that South Africans will wake up and we will stop being lazy and we will start being proactive as to changing, exchanging ideas on what will be best for our country. That is my hope. That is the conversations that I hope my posting will inspire in South Africans, for us to speak, for us to imagine and have visions that are able, that are grand and extravagant, visions that will take South Africa to a new level and make us, and put us on global stages. We have the potential, black, white, Indian, colored, whatever race you are, we have the potential. We are not having the discussions and the conversations that can fan those potentials, that can feed those visions, or rather that will bring about those visions so that we can finally move as a country into a positive, prosperous direction. That is my desire, that we will have conversations. We will start to scrutinize politicians, that we will start to look at political parties and what it is that they are promising and what they have to offer, so that we can align ourselves with political parties that hold the same values that we hold and have the same vision that we have for this country. So yeah, guys, I'm hoping, I work full-time at a distance from my work to my house. So making these videos is strenuous to me. But I do hope that in the coming future, I will be able to go through the manifestos or whatever the promises that these policies, that these parties are promising us. And then I will just make a bullet presentation of what they are promising us, and we can talk about it. I cannot promise that it will be tomorrow, next week, or even next month. But by God's grace, if I do get the chance, I will do that for you. But I also hope that you guys will do that for yourselves. Let us have these conversations. Let us take the effort to go in and check, and check these details, check these policies, check what are these people doing. Look at the world. Look at countries that are successful and see what they have implemented, and think about what will be good for South Africa, what we can implement here in South Africa that will work for us. God bless you. I love you. So guys, before I go, I will be sharing these videos and these discussions on my YouTube channel. When I do go through those manifestos of these parties, I will be going through my channel where I do mostly also teachings on the Bible. Because I said this, I am a Christian and my desire is to preach the word of God. Ultimately, that is my desire. But I also see a need in this political space to offer opinions that will open people's minds and start conversations. So I will be posting also on YouTube. You will be helping me a lot if you go to my channel, like and subscribe, and also click the button for notifications so that whenever I put these videos up, you will be notified immediately. As I said, God bless you. I love you. Bye.